Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Candice Arnold. Welcome to the Angels Business Summit 2021. I am so excited to be here with all of you today. And I will be talking about the benefits of hiring a virtual assistant and how a virtual assistant can be one of the best decisions that you will make as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. So I just want to thank everyone for coming into the session. It's so many sessions. There's so many sessions over the next couple of days that you'll have to choose from. And I hope that this session will be beneficial to you, whether or not you have a VA. I always say I always encourage people that if you can get the additional administrative support, it is always a great thing to do so because it definitely helps you in your business. It definitely helps you in your business so that there's things that you just don't have to think about as a business owner. I'm actually a dualpreneur. If you haven't heard of the word, Tara Madam Money Jackson coined that phrase and trademarked it. It's for those that actually work a 9 to 5, but they have a side gig and their 9 to 5 funds their dream. So my 9 to 5 is I'm an administrative support person. So of course, loving administrative work is one of my jams. And so I'm honored to do that as a public servant in the state of California, and also to provide administrative support virtually and in person as it pertains to events. So there are virtual assistants that can help you with your business as far as different things that they can do within your business, but I specifically help in the arena of event management. So I am what you call a master administrator. What I do is I come in and I oversee everything that goes along with handling an event. But in the virtual space as an administrative assistant is basically have an administrative assistant that is not physically in the space with you, but that can help you virtually. So as a business owner, when you're looking for a virtual assistant, you're looking for someone that is connected to the vision of your business. So with that, you are looking for a person who can add value to your business and that can help relieve you of some of the pressure and some of the administrative things that you have to do as a business owner and as an entrepreneur. While you can it's very easy for you as a business owner to send an email, to follow up with different people that you're dealing with your business. A virtual assistant handles that for you. So you as the visionary can do what you need to do and not have to worry about returning an email, setting up a social media, doing marketing. Virtual assistant in that space is so vast. The genre is so vast. So you definitely would have to pare down and decide what is the benefit of having a virtual assistant, how many hours that you need, what you are willing to pay that virtual assistant. Sometimes virtual assistants, you may only need them 2 hours a day. So that's maybe 2 hours a day, 10 hours if I say Monday through Friday, 2 hours per day. So you definitely would have to break down what it is that you would need for a virtual assistant to do. I know of people that have more than one virtual assistant. They may have an assistant that just does their social media. They have an assistant that just does their marketing. They have an assistant that just does their returning of emails, returning of phone calls, scheduling. It's the same as working in an office, except it is virtually. Hi, Michelle. Nice to have you here. So if you have any questions that you may have of me, I will not be before you long. I'm one of few words when it comes to speaking because I do so much behind the scenes, the things that I do behind the scenes, that I just really want to offer support to the person and the client that I'm working for. So you're looking for a VA that is adding value, meaning if you have them doing social media, they're going above and beyond, not so much out of their scope, but that they're really representing you well. I always say whenever I'm working with a visionary, I know that I am representing not only them, but I am also representing myself. And I want my client to look well when I send an email, when I show up on an email or a phone call. I want to know that if I'm working for Miss Michelle, that it's like Miss Michelle is on the phone or is on the email. I want to represent my clients well. So I did want to make sure I thanked Charmaine Reeves for allowing me to be a part of her platform today. I'm also one of the lead moderators. So one of the things of being of doing things virtually is I'm able to connect with so many different visionaries in the virtual space. I do in-person event planning, but I also do virtual event planning. We are post-COVID. And so, of course, when COVID hit, everyone had to transition to doing things virtually. I don't know. I've done like maybe 1 or 2 in-person events since COVID, but not that many. But the world is slowly opening back up. So there are also those different precautions that we have to take when we're doing events in person. So one of the things that I really love to do in the administrative space is, again, just making sure that my clients look well and look well when I'm representing them. And in the virtual space, event planning, what I do is I handle the administrative things behind the scenes. It takes a lot to put on these events, whether they're in person or virtually. Just like Charmaine, she has a couple of people that are on her team that had specific areas of expertise that she took and formed a team. I am familiar with Hopin and familiar with being a moderator and being a lead moderator and also training the moderators. So Charmaine had me come on just to do my lane was just to train the moderators, make sure they are nice and comfortable when they are heading up the various sessions. So as you see the various moderators, make sure you chime in with the chat and just really encourage them. Some of them, this is their first time being a moderator. And it was my pleasure just to be able to be in the space and make it more comfortable for them so that they're able to lead in the summit over the next couple of days. Some of the sessions will be moderated. Some of the sessions will not. You'll see as myself, I was able to moderate my own session and answer any questions that anyone has. But if you see any of the moderators, they'll do the quick intro of the speakers, and then they'll be in the chat communicating with the attendees, just making sure that everyone is getting their answers, their questions answered as we move along. One of the other things that I do as an event administrator is I'm really behind the scenes. A lot of the administrative work as a virtual assistant, whether events or just in an office space, we really are providing the support behind the scenes. So even as an event administrator, I'm behind the scenes with the speakers. I'm behind the scenes with the production. It is a whole situation making sure that our visionaries look good when they're representing their brand. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Again, I'm going to be very, very brief with my chat today. I just wanted to just to be able to say, hiring a virtual assistant is one of the best decisions that you'll make. And I would encourage you, don't make your virtual assistant the last thing that you hire, the last person that you hire. Make sure they're at the top of their list as one of the first when you're in a position where you're able to hire a virtual assistant. And when you niche down what you need a virtual assistant for, make sure that you have them at the top of your mind as far as hiring them first. Because if you hire a really great administrative assistant, a great VA, they will bring so much value and so much they'll bring so much positive energy to what you're doing as the visionary, as the business owner, as the entrepreneur. Because the VA, we end up being we are the backbone of what you are doing. Hi, Miss Penny. They are the backbone of a lot of times of the business. So when you're hiring a VA, I would suggest that you most definitely do your research on a person. I know some people that use Fiverr. I am big on referrals. So a lot of times the different business that I've gotten, it has been word of mouth. And I know that Tara Jackson, she did our very first session this morning. She talked about having a website and having more than just a social media presence. We saw what happened with Facebook when Instagram and Facebook went down last week. It was murder for those of us that only are really on social media. So having a website is beneficial. For me, the majority of the work that I have gotten has been word of mouth. and I've been doing this over 20 years between the administrative work and VA and event planning. I've been doing it over 20 years, and I've been word of mouth. I've been able to do it without having a website. It's sort of a disadvantage. So again, I would say make sure you have a website. And when you're choosing a VA, you want someone, again, someone that if you can get a referral would be great. So even if they don't have a website presence, talking to people that they know and getting a reference. Hey, if I'm hiring Miss Michelle, what is she bringing to the table? She's going to be doing my social media. What have I seen her do? You should have some type of portfolio that a possible client, you as the business owner, can look at, and people and references and video testimonials of what that VA has done and what they are bringing to the table. So I have a couple of people. Let's see, Miss Cheryl and Miss Sandra. I'll see, maybe Cheryl wants to come on. Maybe she has a question. Maybe she doesn't, but I'll bring her on. And I know we only have a few minutes left. This is the fastest 30 minutes to talk about the benefits of how, hiring a virtual assistant is one of the best decisions that you'll make. And hopefully just with a few minutes that we have left that I'll be able to answer any questions, and also to encourage you, if you are a business owner, you should really, top of mind, should hire a virtual assistant. So let me see if Miss Cheryl wants to come on. I'm going to click. If you want to come on, you can. And Miss Sandra. And if not, it's no problem at all. And again, if you have any questions, let me know if you have any questions. I will drop my social media information in the chat for you. You can feel free to reach out to me and I can answer any questions that you may have offline. Okay, let's see. Okay, awesome. So I am actually on Facebook. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Can you hear me?
I can. Did you have a question for me or a comment?
I did. I'm so sorry. I wasn't here for the whole thing because I had a little something to handle at home. But I just wondered, when a virtual assistant, do they come with a team as well, or is it just one person? You may have answered that.
No, sometimes it depends on what you need. I have a young lady who has a virtual assistant business. So she's able to scale where you may not necessarily get her, you may get someone on her team. And it also depends on what you're looking for. So with me, it's just me. At some point, I need to have a team. That's one of the things that people have been encouraging me to do, because I've had to turn down some things because I don't have people that I can call and say, hey, Miss Sandra knows how to return emails. I'll call her, bring her onto my team. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be working on in 2022 is formulating a team and having those people that have certain skill set. So you may know how to do social media. Someone else may know how to do email. Someone else may know how to help with events or something like that. So again, I have a person who actually has a team. So if you're able to have a team, I would say definitely do that, because that's money you're leaving on the table if you don't have a team and you have to turn that person down, or you have to turn that, that particular assignment down.
So just quickly, if you could tell me, I don't know how this looks to you, but so if I need someone to help me with events and someone to post material, post info, because I can't get to it all because I'm dropping some of my social media platforms. So if I can get someone to do that plus do events, is that also in the realm of the expertise of a virtual assistant, or no?
It can be. So if you want to have somebody that does your social media marketing for you, that could be one task. If you have somebody that if you know someone, or if you need someone to do events, it depends on what you need for event. If it's in person, if it's virtual. Now I do in person and virtual events. I actually oversee them. I work with you as a visionary. We come up with a plan, like what do you want to do, your theme. I help go through all of that with you. I help to relieve some of that pressure on you to have to do it yourself. So I specifically will work with the visionary, which would be you, based on what you need. And then sometimes I have the resources. Sometimes the client has the resources. They'll bring me in and say, hey, I already have the vendors. I already have the speakers. I already have the venue. I just need you to bring it, pull it all together and oversee it. So the fee that they charge could be different. If I'm really what I call in the weeds, where I'm starting with you from the beginning to the end and we're doing everything, that could be one cost. But
Okay.
if you have everything and you just want me to oversee it and make sure it gets done, that could be
Uh-huh.
another cost. So if you
Now,
have
when
someone that's doing your social media, that's a whole nother task. Because I
okay,
understand, yeah, that's
okay.
a whole nother thing in itself. And I want to get into it at some point. I just don't have the time. I'll do an event, Miss Sandra, and I should be promoting the fact that I'm an event administrator, right? I walk away and I'm thinking, I got no video. I got stills, but stills don't move people. The
Okay,
video
okay.
does. If they see me they see me in play and they see me directing and that sort of thing, they're like, okay, Miss Sandra's like, okay, I need to have Candice come do my event. But if they see a still, it's just a still. So I'm learning that I have to market my own brand. I'm learning that I have to do that. So I
Okay.
get in trouble with my
Okay.
coach because she's like, you need to be having people videotape you or do a video testimonial of your work. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because they're not in
I
the space with
love that coach.
yeah, she's awesome,
So
but she
so if
keeps me
I
on my
had you
toes. 'Cause
do
she's
if I had you do something for me, like if you did an event for me, would you also handle like putting it advertising it on my platforms and otherwise, or
so
how does
what
that
I
work?
do is that part of it would be your person who's doing your social media,
Okay.
who's doing your social media marketing. What I do
Okay.
is handle that would be that's part of what you're trying to do for your conference. That would be one person or one component of is a social media. So you may have a
Yes.
person that does that you would hire specifically for that. I have a client, she has her own nonprofit. She has a person that's all she does is social media. She gets
Okay.
the graphics to her and she knows what to do. And all she has to do is get
Okay.
the graphics and she knows how to post it up on Twitter, Instagram. And my client doesn't know anything about Instagram or Twitter. She said, I don't even
Okay.
know really what happens out there because I have my girl that does it. So she
Oh,
doesn't have to
lovely.
worry about that.
Yeah.
She'll see
That's
it
what
at
I'm
some
looking
point.
for.
Yeah. And so
Okay, I just wanted
you're probably looking for a social media manager.
yes, and
And
promotions is the other
yeah,
thing.
and so I know you probably may, if you're part of the summit for the next 2 days, as you connect with people and network with people, I'm telling you the resources in this conference. Whether it's a speaker or someone that's in the audience, you probably will find that information in this conference. Charmaine is really great about that. And whatever
Okay.
you don't find, talk with Charmaine because I'm quite sure she
Oh,
knows. She's pretty resourceful with that.
do you do
Just about anything you're
promotions as
looking
well?
for, she can get you a connect for that.
Do you handle promotions as well, Candice?
So your promotions will probably be part of your marketing
Okay.
as well.
Okay. No
Yeah.
problem. Thank you. I hope I didn't waste your time. I just want to find
You
out
did not.
what
I
it was.
learn every time somebody comes on, and that's why I say you have to be very mindful and know exactly what you want in a VA or a social media manager. Because maybe
Okay.
it's not a VA; it's strictly a social media manager. That may be all that they do. They don't do
Okay.
anything else other than social media. So that is the benefit of so much information is out there and people that you can scale and hire to do that, so that you don't have to worry about that. If you connect with me online, if you send me an email, I have a girl that does websites. She doesn't necessarily do marketing, but she does websites. But I probably have a resource. I'll have to think about it because that's one of the
No
things that I
problem.
have to do is get my own database of people. Like I can usually find you a vendor or something, but when it comes to like social media, I'm like, I have to think about that. It's like I know they're out there, but I got to
Yeah.
put my
Yeah.
own database. So you're holding me accountable that I have to start getting a resource database where I can just say, hey, Sandra, call so and so. I've worked with them before, and so that
You
you
know,
can
I
at least
just started mine. I just started mine, Candice, in the last 2 days.
see.
Mm,
Yes. And that way, when you're looking for an event administrator, you'd be like, oh, I know Candice does that. Even if she's not available, I know some, have three to five people in your Rolodex that you can call right away. I don't know if Candice would be a good fit for you. Cause I tell people, and it's about the fit as well with a VA. You're not going to just hire me just because it's
wow.
Candice. Some people will. Now I have some repeat clients. I do all of their events. Period. I'm the person that they call. They won't call anyone else.
Wow.
And I
Okay.
love that. I'm honored that they think of me first. But the connection that I've made with them over the years. And so I'm the person that they'll call. But there are other clients where it's like I deal with them one time and then they move on, and that's fine. I'm not offended. because they may not need me for that
Right.
event, but when it's a big event, they may need me to come in. And sometimes it has to do with the budget as well. And I always tell
Okay.
people at the end of the day, hire somebody for your event, even if it's the day of. Hire somebody. I've watched where weddings have just crashed because they didn't hire someone the day of. They didn't write it into their budget.
Okay. Okay. Somebody else might have a question, but I wanted to just so when you handle the events, you just are there to oversee what's happening and how it's structured and all that?
Right. So what I do is I work with you as the client, and we scout out what you want to do, what your vision is, and
Okay.
then again we bring it all together as far as your run of show, your production, if it's virtually or if it's in person, and then I
Okay.
work with you, and then I work with all your vendors, so that way you don't have to necessarily deal with a lot of that. What I'm doing is I'm doing it for you. And then I'm
Okay.
coming back to you saying, okay, Sandra, so this is in place. Okay, so we need to have this paid. Okay, so now, so we have your marketing.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to start social media. We're going to calendar some things. Okay, so we need to do the early bird. What are you going to be charging for your event? So those are the kind of things I
That's
walk through
wonderful.
with you.
Good
I
stuff.
walk through
Thank
with
you.
you. And just in it, to me, I'm there to ease the pressure from you. I take it on so that you can just enjoy your event.
Yes. Okay. That sounds fantastic. Thank you. Thank you
Yep,
so
you're
much.
so welcome. So make sure you guys see the other parts of the conference. I'm not sure if anyone has any other questions. I don't see anyone else down there. Thank you so much, Miss Sandra, for coming on with me. Most folks don't want to come on. They're just like, I'll just be in the background, but that's how you get your questions answered. And
Are you on
my
you're
number,
on LinkedIn? Are you on LinkedIn, Candice?
I am on
LinkedIn?
LinkedIn.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I've got your
Yep.
name in my file. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Awesome. Awesome. Enjoy the conference.
Okay. All right.
Great. So thank you all for being here. I know we have maybe about 7 minutes left. I'm free to answer any questions that you may have. Those are some good questions that she asked, and hopefully I answered her question successfully. And again, it's definitely a benefit of hiring a virtual assistant when you can. Make sure that it's the top of your mind when you're doing an event, and also when you're moving your business forward, because what we do is we come in and we relieve that pressure from you so that you can be the best visionary, the best business owner, the best entrepreneur that you can be in your business. So I just want to thank you everyone for being here. And I want to make sure I let you know our next sessions that are coming up at 1:30. Let me see, branding and marketing with Nina Alexis. She'll be talking about authentic branding and graphics. Martin Ricketts will be talking about discover the power of repurposing your content using modular content production automation. Context and context are king. You know what? I think I blew that. 2 o'clock. I'm sorry. Lori Osborne, CEO. Simple things you can do to show up in Google. That's a great one if you want. I am learning so many things about being on Google that I didn't know before. Gwendolyn Jackson will be talking about core marketing, engaging your desired audience. And Tiffany Wright will be talking about the funding is out there. Different funding options for startups to small growing business. So once you leave this section and go back to where it says sessions, you'll be able to click on the session that's there, and it will take you right to the session starting at 2 o'clock. Thank you again. And we don't want to miss Justin Bilababa, who will be coming on at 2:30 on the main stage. And he'll be talking about now site marketing and network profiling, talking about your CRM, email, and SMS campaigns, etc. So that is going to be a great session. And that will be actually moderated by our very own visionary, Charmaine Reeves. So make sure you guys all check it out. And again, I dropped my social media in the chat. If you would like to reach out to me, I am on LinkedIn as well. And I hope that you really, really enjoy the sessions either all day and then also tomorrow. All the information that you need is actually in this conference. So make sure you guys don't miss a session. Have your paper and pen ready. Connect in the chat. Network. And don't forget, to check out our networking. You get an opportunity to network with people that you wouldn't normally even meet in a virtual space. And then also check out the virtual expo. You'll actually get to see some of exhibitors that have that either have a video or you can connect with them directly if they're in the expo. So again, thank you so much for having me, Charmaine. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the chat as we deal with the different sessions. Okay, take care. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.